Ashe, everyone. This is the Goddess Innocence, and coming to you with a message from Spirit today. And I wanted to say thank you, first of all, for rocking with me and Shishi Witchy Wellness. I deeply, deeply appreciate your time and your energy and your presence. And so the message that I have for you at this time, coming from the Biblical Tarot, actually, is from the Four Chalices. I'm going to get you guys a little bit more light. Bear with me. Thank you. Thank you. This actually is an impromptu reading, so wasn't prepared for that. But yeah. Four Chalices. This is speaking about feelings of potentially regret and loss, right? And so getting a message that someone has been really dealing with and possibly even struggling with feelings of self-doubt that have been leading to anger and projecting that. Yeah, and that's just really not where feeling like you want to be, where you want to stay. But nevertheless, it's just something that you've been dealing with, whoever it is that I'm speaking to at this time. Four of Chalices, Four of Cups energy can look like bitterness that you've internalized. The Chariot. The Chariot is saying to me that whoever this is speaking about, right, that I'm getting the sense that you're looking back on your life and who you were and not who you are. And that could be with some anger and some resentment and some self-doubt and some little bit possibly even of self-loathing at times, but just misunderstandings, but being in a very, very dark sort of energy. Or at least that you've been around someone, like, but this is impacting you, it's affecting you, so I'm feeling like it's about you, like as personal reading, right? Not trying to pull someone else's energy into it. You've been in this sort of mode or this mood, and it's really been affecting you. It's really been impacting you. And I'm seeing that you're feeling like your best days are behind you, and that you know, right now don't have as much drive or desire or motivation like you knew that you once did. And that has a huge impact on you. And at the same time, I'm getting the message from Spirit to consider what is driving you right now. Like, how can you change that narrative? How can you change that story? Not where you've been, but where you're going. Absolutely, that this is about where you're going, not where you've been. Because our next card that comes up is, and this is from the Fatality deck, which is a beautiful card deck for shadow work, right? So this card is the amazing Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Now, remember, you started off with Cups energy, but Four of Cups energy, right? And both the Chariot and the Page of Cups actually is facing the Four of Chalices, right? And so what that's saying essentially, right, is that you have the power to transform and to transmute whatever this thing is right now, right? We're talking about like the frog in this space here that is hopping out of this vessel, and the page is holding on to it, and the page is actually like standing in the frog's element, right? See that? So that's saying to me that you are absolutely in your element. This is where you thrive. This is where the magic happens for you. This is your opportunity to remind yourself of who you are. Not who you were. Not who you were. Who you are. Ace of Pentacles is telling me that who you are doesn't have to have anything to do with who you were. And at the same time, it has everything to do with who you are. Right? Because maybe it's time for a new direction. Maybe it's time for you to get back in the driver's seat, right? Maybe you fell off that horse before. It doesn't matter. Like, that was then, this is now, is what Source is saying in your message, right? That was then, and this is now. So we have a few cards. The first being Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles fell right on top of the Chariot and Page of Cups, right? And what that's saying to me right now is that this is a time for you to invest in yourself, to bet on self, to believe in yourself, and to know that what is coming to you is what was meant for you. What's yours is yours. Nobody can take that away. It's that reminder, right? It's that energy. What is happening for you, not to you, but for you and through you, right? So bet on self, believe in yourself, love on yourself, particularly when we have Seven of Pentacles energy going on, right? And when others would tell you that this is the time to be frugal, this is the time to be stingy, this is the time to not listen to yourself, right? Because where has that gotten you in the past? But that's trickster energy. You are who you are. And who you are is amazing and wonderful. Confirmation, Six of Pentacles energy. This is saying that you are being called on to share your gifts because they are amazing. You are amazing, right? You've been so blessed. And regardless of what you think, trust. Regardless of what you think about yourself, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. You're exactly right. You have the power to do anything you set your mind to do. Absolutely. You have a gift. And Spirit is reminding me to remind you right now that you were given that gift for a reason. This is your time. Whatever that skill is, whatever that gift is, share it. And watch magic. Watch the magic work in your life. Share it. I don't care if it's singing. I don't care if it's dancing. I don't care if it's tarot card reading. I don't care what it is. But whatever that thing is that was put on your spirit, that's been put on your heart to share, whatever your gift is, you're supposed to be doing it. Now's the time. Not yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Today is today. Tomorrow's not promised to you. And I don't say that with any sort of malice or glee, right? I say that simply because one thing that I know Spirit is reminding me to tell you right now, right, is that you've got to bring Spirit back into your life. You've got to bring trust back into your life. You've got to bring love back into your life. And you've got to believe and know, like you know that you know who you are, and you believe in yourself, and you know what it is that you're supposed to be doing right now with your life. And do that. That's what you're being called to do. Queen of Cups energy. Right? Pour that out. Let that go. Whatever it is that you've been holding bottled up inside, whatever it is that you've been hiding from the world, whatever it is that you think, nobody cares. Nobody's going to care if I do that. Nobody's going to want to see that. Trust me. Somebody will. Trust me. This is the time. Like, this is the time to let it all hang out, to let it all go. For some of you, this may look like you've got some pent-up grief, some pent-up emotions. I'm not going to start naming your emotions because it's so much more than grief. But whatever that thing is that you think that you've buried, it's not buried. Unhealed things, I'll say it this way, unhealed things have a way of not staying buried. I'll say that again. Things that you've not put to rest, unhealed things, whatever it is that you think that you've turned your back on, that you've been running from, that you've been avoiding, it's never done with you until you're done with it. Never. Judgment. I cannot make this up. Judgment energy, meaning that very much tied to that Four of Cups energy. You, more than anyone, have been projecting and presupposing and judging yourself before anybody else even had an opportunity to. Like, you have been, I'm getting the sense, your own worst critic, and now is not the time for that. It's absolutely not the time for that. Right? Like, now's not the time for that. I promise. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands energy is a reminder to you right now that you are being called upon to quickly and to, like, meaning to the quick, whatever it is that you feel like is just like absolutely cutting you to the quick, right? That this thing you've been carrying, that now is the time to deal with it. And one way of you dealing with that is by facing it. Absolutely by facing it. So I'm going to pull for you now from the Forbidden Tarot. And this is the extended edition. And your first card that comes up is Look Again. Look again. So, Look Again is that card that's speaking about looking deep into yourself, right? And also having a good long look, not necessarily with these eyes, right? But having a really, really good look at who you are. Who do you think you are? This is talking about, well, actually, I created this deck so I can tell you. It was inspired by mirrors, right? Portals and mirrors of truth and beauty and infinite wisdom that derive from the eternal goddess Hathor to some. The Look Again card invites you, I'll show it to you again, to look beyond the surface and to wait for and to look out for and to be aware of hidden truths, things that you may have forgotten, things that you thought were dead and buried, but they're not. Those things that are not serving you and what is, right? It's talking about looking at all of that and figuring out and getting real about who you are and what it is that you want. And this can be in anything, whether we're talking about your relationship with self or your relationship with spirit or your relationship with others, whatever. What it's saying is that first impressions may not always tell you the whole truth, right? So don't get so caught up in, for example, perceptions in what a situation looks like right now. Don't worry about now. You've got to remember to see beyond now. You've got to be able to remember who you are and to see the past you and the eternal you. You've got to see you like the goddess sees you. And personally, that's some knowledge I'm going to get back into sharing with you guys, because I truly feel like there is so little balance in this world. And I feel like that's what this reading ultimately is really about. So your final card from the Forbidden Oracle actually is a clarifier, and this is coming to us from the goddess Nephthys. And Nephthys is a reminder, her appearance in this reading to you at this time is a reminder to connect with the wisdom, divine or not, however you define that. I'm not going to define that for you, but for me, it's divine wisdom. This is a reminder to connect with the wisdom of your ancestors. In other words, remember who you are. You have a gift. You are the gift. You. So this got a lot longer than I intended for it to be, but I just speak as spirit moves me, and I love you guys so much, so very, very much. And just know that I am still showing up here for you organically, because that's what is feeding me at this time. And as a high priestess, kind of juggling a lot right now, but that's the life of a high priestess. I don't regret that, but I hope that this reading was helpful to someone. And if you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the description box. Give me a like if this message spoke to you in any way. And yeah, so until next time, I love you so much. Everything is in the description box, including a link to book a personal reading with me if you feel called. I would greatly appreciate that. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Ashe.